Hey guys. So today we're going to deep dive into a topic that affects many relationships. The silent killers that might be lurking in your marriage or your partnership or your relationship. These issues can go unnoticed and cause a significant amount of damage if left unaddressed. So let's get started. So there's a few things that really stick out. One of the first ones that I always talk about is communication. Let's talk about poor communication. When you stop sharing your feelings and your thoughts, misunderstandings start to pile up, right? So it's crucial that you have an open dialogue. It's crucial that you're both really listening to each other. Pay attention to how often you're checking in with your partner about their feelings and what's going on with them. Make sure that you're making them a priority in that. You're not trying to multitask and do 15 different things at once and say, yeah, I'm listening, because that's not true. Don't share your feelings with other people. Worry about your relationship. Let your person, your significant other, your husband, your wife, your partner be the person that you talk to. Remember, it's not just about talking. You have to really listen to. More so, maybe more than talking. A lot of times, if you'll just listen to what somebody's saying, you'll gain a better understanding, have a deeper appreciation, and it causes less room for error because you're listening, right? So that's the first thing. Second, stop taking each other for granted. A lot of people don't understand that we do this on an everyday basis just because it's very simple. You know, over time, it gets easy to forget to appreciate the little things that your partner does. Whether it's, I don't know, set out your favorite clothes or cook your favorite meal or do something that they know you enjoy. We stop noticing those things. We stop expressing gratitude daily, just even for the smallest acts. And when we can do that, there's a huge difference. That relationship can go to the next level. When we stop taking each other for granted, it's a more at peace, respectful situation. You know, like for me, when William comes in every month, I know that if I just do the simplest thing of cut his hair, it's something that means a lot to him. I have tried, like, hey, why don't you get your hair cut since we don't have time? No, he doesn't want to do that. He appreciates that something that I do for him. It's those little things that we do to, just not take each other for granted, just show each other that we care, that you're still important. And when we stop doing that, it allows a lot of negativity into the situation and into the relationship. So make sure you're, you know, taking each other for granted. Make sure you're appreciating each other and valuing each other and doing what we need to do to make the other feel good. So the next one's big. I think we all can say that we've struggled with this one, but neglecting quality time together. And I will say that when you're in a situation where you get wrapped up in life, right? And your kids are busy, your work is busy, this is busy, this is busy. When you get wrapped up in that, and you're not spending that quality essential time, the negative outfit effect of that is outpouring and can almost kill a relationship. You have to make each other a priority. Prioritize your date nights. Simply enjoy each other's company. Whether it's sitting on the back porch having a conversation, driving down the road just enjoying what's happening around you, going on a date where you're going out to eat, going to do anything. Make sure you're getting that quality time in. Remember, it's about the connection, not just the cohabitation. If you're just cohabitating, like there is a negative connection and it becomes very like killing to your relationship. Like it will run into the ground because if you're just simply coexisting, you're not thriving, right? There's just not a way to thrive in that kind of environment. So, the next thing, number 4, would be unresolved conflict. Let's talk about unresolved conflict. You know, a lot of times it seems easier just to avoid arguments, but it leads to something bigger when that's what we're doing over time. Resentment becomes bigger over time. So it's vital to just address issues as they arise, to be able to take a calm moment and discuss your feelings and reach a resolution together. Because once you're able to do that and you're taking care of these conflicts, you're not leaving any room for error. You're not leaving any room for resentment. You're not putting yourself and your relationship into any harm. It might hurt what the other is saying. It might be a hard topic or a hard argument or a hard discussion. But hard is a lot better than a relationship that dies because of resentment. So, unresolved conflict. Go ahead and get that out there. There's nothing too big to make a relationship work if you want to make it work. And conflict is a big thing. It's all in how you handle it. It's all in how you address it and take care of it. And I think that you can understand, like remember when you guys first started dating and I don't know, maybe he left left you on red, didn't answer your text immediately, didn't do this, didn't call, didn't do this. He didn't show you the time, essentially. And we're like, oh, it's okay. It's the beginning of the relationship. Well, then we didn't say anything. So then what we've done is we've created a pattern to allow that to continue to happen. Well, then 5 years go by and you're still mad that he's from day one hasn't been calling you. Well, if we would have just taken the time and said, it really is important to me for us to have these conversations and to talk daily and to get the text from you or to talk to you through text because that's what we have, or to talk to you on the phone because that's what we have. If you would have set that expectation earlier, if you would have talked about that earlier, you wouldn't have been harboring that resentment and you would be in a much healthier, happier place in your relationship. Because it's true. When you keep things hidden, when you hold them down and you don't talk about them and it's just unresolved, it's unsettling, it's uneasy, it's hard to move on. And those little things add up over time. And if you will take time in a calm moment to discuss it versus getting in an argument of some sort and letting it explode, it normally is a pretty easy fix. Conversate, move on. Find a resolution, move on. It's pretty simple. And the last thing is the lack of intimacy. A lot of times people forget that you can be intimate without having sex, right? So we can't forget or ignore the situation of lack of intimacy. Physical and emotional intimacy are crucial for a healthy relationship. Very crucial. Intimacy isn't sex, guys. Or let me say that again. Intimacy is not sex. So before you're like, oh, we have sex every night. Okay, but are you intimate? I mean, there's a difference. There's a huge difference. And there has to be that connection. So if you noticed a decline, it's worth exploring why that might be happening and also see if there's a way to reconnect. And this is something that is very easy just to forget about, basically, or not think about, because maybe you do have, like I said, the sexual connection, but that's not always what each other need. That physical touch, that moment emotionally with your person, that is where you have a great strength, right? That intimacy is a whole different level. It is powerful. It is something that makes you feel fulfilled. It is something that feeds your relationship, right? So don't forget to think about where it's at. Find ways to reconnect. And if this happens to everybody, generally every relationship will go through this. I can't say 100% that all do, but a lot do. So, make sure that your intimacy is something that you guys are keeping in check. And if there seems to be that you're off in any way, discuss it. Talk about it, work on it, make changes, and make it a better transition. So you're, again, not holding on to any kind of resentment and you don't have any kind of unresolved conflicts, right? And if you think about what I've said, poor communication, taking each other for granted, neglecting quality time, unresolved conflict, and lack of intimacy, those 5 things right there are all silent relationship killers. So if you see any of these signs that I've talked about, make sure you're thriving and putting yourself out there and making yourself available for change. Create the change that you want. Be open with your partner because they cannot understand what you are saying if you're saying nothing at all. So this goes for you guys. This goes for you girls. Open your mouth. Let the other person in your relationship know where you're at and how to fix it. Right? So, these 5 things can sneak up on any relationship, even the strongest of relationships or couples. The key is to be aware, be proactive, talk about it. If you recognize these signs, take action, communicate, appreciate, and prioritize your relationship. Make your relationship exactly what you want to be because that's how good, healthy relationships continue. So, if you found any of this video helpful, go ahead and share it. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications next time the video comes out. And then also, I like it when you guys share your thoughts in the comments below. What are signs that you've noticed? What are things that you've seen? What is something that you've done to help or take proactive measures to make sure that this isn't happening? Share with your peers. Let them know where you find strength in this. But as always, guys, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.